Fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's going around the outside of both of them. Maloney!
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up top.
Oh my God! Big crash. Oh my goodness, half the field's going to get rolled.
Second very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go.
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my God!
God, what?
Good evening, welcome back to SimSpeed TV, or welcome along if it's your first time tuning in tonight, part 2 of the Friday night doubleheader here on SimSpeed. My name's Ryan Jones, Simon Mazzomo alongside me, Jay Kennedy behind the scenes as always, and this is the NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series Class C fixed from the new revamped, reconfigured Texas Motor Speedway with an 80-foot wide racing surface in turns 1 and 2. Simon, this track is actually a little bit difficult to drive because 1 and 2, 3 and 4, you've got to drive them completely differently.
Yes, this was one of those tracks. I got it opening week and did a truck race in it, and I was very surprised. Turn 1 looks very enticing. It's very wide, very sweeping. It sort of makes you think you could carry a lot of pace in there, but you actually can't. It's you sort of got to get in hard, but then get it to the bottom line and get a very good run. 3 and 4, very, very good for sort of if you can get the turn in, get the turn 3 right. As you can see, Jason Martin at the moment is dropping right down. This you can pretty much keep the foot flat all the way through and just let the car run up. You can see he's actually running to the middle there, so he's obviously running a little bit of a different line. But yeah, as we head into 1, it's a very, very different. And oh, okay, he must have done his 2 laps because he's getting sideways. Yeah. But yeah, like I say, turn 1 very, very deceiving. It makes you think you can go a lot quicker in there than what you actually can.
This is actually a really strong field we've got today, Simon. Obviously, Jason Martin. We've talked enough about him. Carl Watmore is also extremely fast. Justin Garees in third, third driver, Caden Rush and Gabriel Stoller, who we've seen in the NIS series quite a few weeks now this season. All very good, all Division 1 drivers, and they have helped to boost the strength of the field up to 2,700, which is not bad considering there's only 2 splits here, and a lot of the guys at the back of this. We've actually got a rookie. Someone at the back of Jonathan Bell started the season as a rookie and has now got enough ironing to make it in the top split.
Ah, very, very good. Jonathan Bell just sort of trying to pick him out at the moment. But yeah, start off as a rookie and already in top split in C. That's a very, very good job. Robert Northway makes the jump across. I was just doing that VRS race with us. Now he is in the trucks as well. Also worth noting, Mitch McLeod in here as well. Talk about the top guys. Secretly got a crush on Mitch. Oh, Mitch is alright. Mitch is alright. As you can see, Kevin J. O'Brien on screen at the moment. Looks like he's coming up to set or start his lap. Nope, that's his first lap. He does a 31.
Ramos,
No.
he's doing the double header too.
As well, yes. Also coming across as well. So definitely endurance races tonight. Doing 2 races in 2 different disciplines. So that'd be a bit hard to sort of get your head around. You know, doing tight lefts and rights. Now all you're going to do is turn left.
Easy.
So they say.
He, oh Jesus, he will start 5th.
Microphone, you have one.
It's been one of those nights. Caden Rush will start on pole position. He's knocked off Jason Martin. That's a first. Justin Garees will start from 3rd. Reese Saunders in 4th. Ramos from 5th. Jonathan Bell starting 6th. Gabrielle Stower and Cal Watmore 7th and 8th. Jacob McKillop and Josh Perween round out the top 10.
As we go to 11th, Garrett Boyd will start out of P11. Charlton Milley out of 12. Ashley Lee, one of the Talk Boys, out of 13th. Robert Northway out of 14th. Mitch McLeod doesn't look like he put a time in, will be out of 15th. Kevin J. O'Brien 16th. And Kyle Morofka will come out of the final spot in 17th.
47-degree track temp and a race distance of 94 kilometers, 40 laps. If you watched the sprint race and saw this segment of the sprint race and the ridiculously long race distance we had for that, you'll be pleased to know Jay's fixed that slight issue on his part, and we no longer have an 800,000 mile race, which is good, very good. And very hot track temp, going to be tough for these drivers. New Texas track, as I mentioned at the top of the show, reconfigured in 2017. Track widened, turns 1 and 2 flattened out a little bit, and getting it in iRacing just a couple weeks ago, Simon.
Yeah, it's not long ago. As we get ready for this race, so we'll talk about the yield tyres that we always talk to, but just something worth noting in this one. We keep mentioning turn 1, very deceiving. It's also very, very aggressive on that front right tyre. So you'll notice that most of the time will be lost in turns 1 and 2. That's where most of it will go. Turn 3 and 4, not too bad. Most people will be able to make the tyres last comfortably through there. But yeah, you'll watch them in turn 1 and 2 as the race progresses. They'll be getting out of the throttle more and more to get that thing down to the bottom and turned. So you can see the pace car starting to pull away for the start of this race.
And of course, as with all the new tracks to iRacing since I think last year, every track they've re-scanned or added in on an oval side has had these diagonal starts in pit lane, which is a bit more realistic as opposed to starting lined up side by side already on the front straight. So you got to be careful coming down pit road, not to speed, and then you form up out on the racetrack. I believe that is now at the new Michigan, the new Charlotte, the new Pocono, and now Texas, which is good. I reckon by 2030, all the 36 races of the NASCAR season, about 24 tracks, don't quote me on it, will have diagonal pit lane starts.
One thing that's actually interesting with the diagonal pit lane start, it's actually a bit deceiving because you're looking at pit wall and everything else. It's hard to see when the guy alongside you is going, so the first couple of times you do it, it's a bit weird, but eventually get used to it, and it's a really, really cool thing to be able to do.
Let's get ourselves underway then. Here in the Lone Star State, there's no limits here in Texas as the pace car will dive down off of turn number 4. Caden Rush will control the field. Jason Martin up top. Oh, a bit of contact behind almost. Number 6 got a bit sideways, and we're green and underway in Texas. A great start on the inside. Caden Rush and Justin Greers will jump out as Martin goes low. Reese Saunders going to try to dive around his outside as they make their way through 1 and 2 for the first time today. Martin will streak out into 3rd. With the rest of the field all bunched up. It was Ramos that almost lost it before the start, and he's just been done by Carl Watmore around his outside.
Yeah, very, very shaky start for a lot of people there, but Ramos, yeah, he sort of just did not quite get off the line for whatever reason there. He just sort of checked up that whole inside line. As you can see, we're entering lap 2 at the moment. The field is spread out as they head into one. You can see up ahead a few guys battling for position. Reese Saunders as well, sitting in behind Jason Martin at the moment. So this will be the crucial early part of the race. Everyone just spreading themselves out, not pushing themselves too hard. 40 laps in this one, you don't want to go and burn yourself out too quickly. So the field seems to be quite spread out right now.
Certainly do. As Martin starting to recover from his poor start to close up onto the back of Uriz up there for second place. Everyone in single file lockstead for now. Oh, look at that behind Josh Perween, hard on the defence. Gabriel Stoller down the back straight, chased him down. About half the track, he's gone a little bit of the awkward line through 3 and 4. It's definitely flat, and it's actually worked for him, because Ramos is now under pressure as Perween got in the left sides into the grass through the quad oval on the main straight there. Ramos comes back around the outside, so Perween not able to complete the move, and now Charlton Milley at the back is starting to get real close to Gabriel Stoller. So this is going to be a 4-car battle for 7th place on the track as Ramos shoots up high on the exit of 4, and Stoller will try to get to the inside of Perween. Oh, that gap shut quickly. He gets a bit of the grass as well. We saw Dale Jr. do that at this very racetrack. It was Texas, I believe. He clipped the grass in real life and went flying headfirst into the fence. Thankfully in iRacing it's a bit more relieving. It's a bit less, what's the word I'm looking for there, Simon? It's not as harsh when you clip that grass, but it's definitely unsettling.
I was going to say, with my literacy skills in the last race, you're going to ask me about using what word you're chasing. You can see Josh very, very aggressive at the start. This is kind of not what you want to be doing, to be quite honest. You can obviously see they're starting to also bunch the gap up behind. We can see Gabriel Stoller having a look on the inside, and Josh going very defensive, trying
I'll tell you what.
Gap. You can see up
Perween. We'll go up front for now. Martin get by Justin Gariz. Perween is incredibly lucky that the car behind him is Gabriel Stoller, because he has a lot of experience. We've seen him on the American Friday Night NIS series a few weeks, and that is a massive strength kill that he's always in when he turns up. He has come so close left rear of Perween's car to the point where the spotter was probably saying car outside. A lot of people would have stuck their nose in, there would have been contact and a Perween sideways. Stoller hasn't done so, and now he fully gets alongside him, and Perween has to leave some space.
Yeah, he's got to might let him go. He's going to try to hold around the outside, but I think Gabriel has got the run off the corner. It seems Josh is going to hold him. Then behind as well, we've also got Charlton Milley that's going to have a go as well. A bit sideways for Charlton, but I think he's going to have the run off the corner. Yeah, the experience of Gabriel Stoller working out there, getting the job done into 1 and 2. So you see them go back into 1 again. Charlton up the inside. Chris is going to be, Josh, sorry, is going to be stuck up on the high line, and he's also going to have Jacob McKillop also have a look. He's got on the inside, yes he does, as they head into 3 and 4. This is going to be another one, so Josh is going to lose 3 spots in the space of 2 laps. So I'm saying just too aggressive too early. This is one of these things when you first step into NASCAR. I'm not sure how much experience Josh has, but it's the first thing that I learnt with these things. You can't be aggressive too early.
Caden Rush is going to drive it down the left side of the racetrack to try and fend off Martin. Perween lost those spots, a combination of being stuck on the outside and probably working those tyres too hard. Caden Rush, I don't think he's worked his tyres too hard. I think Martin's just got a lot of pace in that truck. And as I come through the quad oval, is he going to look to his inside for turn 1? Rush going to make sure that doesn't happen. We'll have to drive it in deep through into 1 and 2, but also make sure he gets a good exit as the top 4, he can throw a blanket over them. That's an expression that we used last week and debated much about. We're not going to go into that today, are we, Simon? Jonathan Bell back there on 5th as well, looking pretty racy. So this is going to be a pretty good battle here if Caden Rush can keep holding up, Martin.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Martin, very, very, very experienced driver in these things. So he's not going to be making a very risky move too early. I think he's just going to sit there and let Clayton set the pace at the moment. Jason will pick up later up in the race and have a go at it. So yes, sitting in behind Clayton at the moment. It's just a bit of a gang that's building up. I think it looks back to 6th place, all stuck in this one at the moment. So I'll have a bit of a look. No, not really. Not looking to make a move just yet. Oh, he's kind of looking like he wants to have a bit of a go, but just not, maybe just not quite there, not quite able to get the job done. Look down there, it looks like Josh has actually made contact with the wall because he is slowing up very, very quickly. So I don't know what's happened there, but yeah, this battle, very, very tight at the moment.
Cal Watward's closed up on the back of them too, so it's now a 6-car battle. You just saw Perwin there, back in 11th place now. And so 6 cars all vying for the lead of the race. Lap 14 of 40. Caden Rush has got a little bit of breathing room now. Open up a small margin to Martin, albeit it's not much of a margin. It's not one you'd be comfortable with. It is one though that'll prevent Jason from having a dive into 3 and 4, and it'll be enough again to prevent one in for 1 and 2. Justin Gurrias has dropped off the back a little bit as well. Reese Saunders under a lot of pressure from Jonathan Bell, who switches his nose to the inside. Can he get an overlap? No, he can't. Saunders going to drive it down in front of him and keep hold of that spot. As the tyres start to wear, it's going to become easier for the guys who are looking after their stuff to make these moves happen.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking at Reese at the moment. That gap between him and Justin seems to be opening up a little bit. Justin over the back, all over the back of Jason at the moment as they head up into 1. So not sure if you want to be starting battling just yet unless he's confident that he can get the long run in the tyres, but there's a gap definitely starting to grow at the moment. So these three will be looking to use their advantage. Clay sideways out of 1. Oh, looks as though the battle is on for the lead.
Yeah, Rush again, driving that defensive line. Martin tried to switch back through the corner, but Rush out that left side, glued to the white line on the bottom, so there's no room for Martin there. And he's doing a very good job right now as Caden Rush of not going all out defending, but just doing enough where he's not using those tyres too much, but he's keeping enough speed up to stay ahead of Martin at the moment.
Just doing what he can at the moment. Can see also Jonathan Bell over the back of Reese Saunders at the moment. So just into 3, had a bit of a look. We can obviously go further back again. Northway looks like he's going to get the job done on Charlton Millie, who has fallen back through the field actually. Yes, that looks like he's got damage on the front right hand side. So he's made contact with the wall. Oh, that's a lot of damage on that thing at the moment. So he's obviously hit the wall somewhere along the line. Given that these cars are very sensitive to aerodynamics, that's obviously having a massive effect on his pace at the moment as these 3 continue to battle away, and that gap is definitely increasing at the moment. Reese Saunders, that last lap for him was a 30.77 up front, 30.75, 30.76, 30.74, so that gap is slowly starting to eke out at the moment. The front 3 are pushing.
Yeah, the way the turns 1 and 2 banking works is if you enter up high, you're never going to get back to the bottom of the racetrack. So if you miss your turn in just a little bit, it's incredibly easy to drift up the racetrack. And if you put power on at the same point you normally would out of habit, it's deceptively easy to get up into the outside of turn 2.
Just looking at Reese there, coming very wide out of turn 2 as we go back in the field. Ashley Lear, Garrett Boyd, Josh Perwin all having a bit of a battle at the moment. Looks like Garrett Boyd is on the inside. Ashley Lear will also duck down as well. With Josh Perwin falling back to the field at the moment. So he's got side by side, he's got 2 on the inside. It's a very tight section. Running side by side through that driver section is a lot harder than it looks. There's not a whole lot of space for you to make it work. You can see Ash ran went up a fair bit high, came off the bottom line. Looks like he's just going to keep his nose in the corner at the moment. Josh comes down. Oh, that was probably a bit too close for comfort there with Ash. He had to back out of that one. That could have very easily ended up in contact.
Certainly could have. Martin has fallen away from Rush and into the clutches of Guriz in 3rd. So, I do wonder whether Martin's used up a bit of his tyres behind Rush, or whether he knows he is, and has just drifted off the back to prevent them from falling away further. Interesting to see Martin not leading a race and not being able to get into the lead of the race. Not something we often see. It is good, though, to see a battle for the lead, because we've been deprived of it, thanks to Jason, over the last couple of weeks. And this is a very good show that they're putting on. It's now a 3-horse race, well and truly out front. We've gone past halfway, we're still green.
Yeah, green all the way so far, which is brilliant to see. We love it when these races go all the way. As you can see, heading into turn 1. You see Jason just falling off a little bit behind, but pulls it in the mid corner. How is he going to come off turn 2? You can see Clayton holding the car right down low, trying to get the car as straight as he can off the corner. Trying to save those rear tyres, give himself as much of a run off the corner. Jason goes up a bit high. As we can see, Justin is going to get the nose up on the inside. Is he going to carry the pace as they go into head up to turn 1? Justin right up along the inside. Is Jason going to give it to him, or is he going to just battle this one out? Jason up very, very, very high. That is and he's going to fall in behind. I wonder if he did that on purpose just to sort of give Justin the run. Now he's going to slip in behind and carry that pace forward.
You can call me out on the commentator's curse here, but I want to see a caution. You know why, Simon?
Oh, tell me. I'm all ears.
When they did the update last night, they introduced 2 major things. Well, 3 actually. They updated the NASCAR Chevrolet Cup car. They added the aero screen to the IndyCar. And they added lights to Texas. And part of those lights is the new caution light system at this track. Very unique. Yellow lights illuminating the catch vents, which look extremely cool. And I want to see them in action.
True, but wouldn't they look a bit nicer at night? I think at night time I've seen them at night time and they do look incredibly good. It's one of those things that thing that NASCAR brings to racing, that just sort of, it's a bit unique, a bit more of a spectacle. It's sort of what intrigues me more. Like since obviously starting and commentating in these series, seeing a lot more of NASCAR and everything that's behind it. And all the spectacle of it, you can't help but find yourself getting more and more into it. As we can see, Charlton Melly and Kyle Marufka battling. So you can see heading into turn 1 at the moment, it looks like Marufka's going to have the job done. Doesn't quite complete. Oh, checks up mid-corner. Charlton had to get right out of that one. As you can see, Marufka right down to the bottom. Charlton's going to go back up high. You can see behind Josh Berwin as well, and Jacob McKillop looking at this thinking that they're going to have a chance to have a go at this battle. But this battle is right on. Chilton's going to go back to the inside again. I don't think he's going to have the run into 1. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide.
Oh, Moskera gets turned. He gets put sideways up into the fence. He goes. Caution's going to come out. It hasn't. He's literally stationary on the racing line. And the leaders will come through. He has to go. And that is bizarre.
That would be... I was almost going to say...
What happened there?
I was also going to say, commentators curse, oh, we get a caution, but no, you've double cursed yourself, and then we didn't get one, even though we probably meant to, but yeah.
Up front, I've never seen a caution not come out when a car's stationary on the racing line of an oval. Down on the apron, yeah, but what? Very strange indeed. Up front, it is on. Justin Perez is closed all the way up to the back of Caden Rush. Jason Martin, get this. I've got to revel in this. Let me say it again. Jason Martin is dropping away. He's not got the pace to contend with the lead of the race right now. And Garayz is all over the back of a technically challenged number 4. There was contact as a result of that. And Caden Rush loses the inside. He's going to be a little bit annoyed that that's the reason he's going to lose the lead of the race unless he can fight back on the outside. A huge run from Rush. He takes it back. Fighting spirit for that number 4 driver, and Martin closes up as a result.
That Havoline car just absolutely rocketed out of that corner. That looked like it was going to be a done deal, but he's managed to pull that thing down as close as he can to Justin and just got the thing lit off that corner. Very, very impressive to manage to keep hold of that lead. Obviously, with that contact, you don't really want to lose it that way, but he's done a fantastic job in holding on to that lead.
Don't think that's going to be the last time he's having to defend the lead of the race. Top 3 covered by 3.5 tenths of a second as they run down the back straight away. With just over 5 laps to go, it'll be 7 laps as they come across the line. The gap will be about 1.5 tenths in favour of Caden Rush. I don't know how Garayz is going to complete this move, because Caden Rush is defending. He's holding the inside, and the inside's the way you want to make it happen. Unless he can get to his outside, which is extremely difficult, and pull the move that Rush pulled on him.
Yeah, exactly. But we now know that the outside line is a viable option if you can make it work. And that's something that Justin's going to have to think about. He's going to have a few laps. He's got about 6 more laps, 5 as they come to the line, to think about this one and figure out what he's going to do. Can he make that outside line work? As you say, is he going to try and muscle his way to the inside line? So Caden doing a very, very good job at holding the race lead at the moment. You can see coming out at 2. Very nice run as they come into 3. Can't get alongside. This is where it's going to be done. Coming out of 4, Justin is going to try to get as close as he can. Can he get a look anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Caden's holding that car. Justin's not able to get up alongside by 1. So they're going to go around again. As you can see further down the field, Garrett Boyd, Ashley Lear going for it now. This is for P10, the last spot inside the top 10. Ashley is going to take that position. Garrett Boyd, he looks like he's coming back. As
Go
they
back
come
up
out
front
of
because
2.
Justin Garayz. Justin Garayz has got to the outside of Caden Rush, and they'll run side by side into 1 and 2. Can he make the outside work? Let's see. Rush runs about half lane up the track, then comes down lane, but it doesn't work for Garayz. Did you call it the Valvoline car earlier? Because take a look at that back bumper. That does not say Valvoline. It's Havoline. It is Havoline for Caden Rush. And Garayz almost into his back bumper. Top 3, nose to tail, through 3 and 4. 3 laps to go. As they come across the line, there's nothing in it. There's less than 2 tenths covering the top 3 cars. And it's Caden Rush who still holds on. He's led almost every lap of this race, maybe even all of them so far. Martin made a mistake through 1 and 2, so he jumps off the back of them. Garayz, does he want to put the bumper? Is that how he wants to do it? Does he want to settle for second? Does he want the win? He's been sat behind for so long as they come up to the start-finish line. 2 to go in Texas.
Jason's going to be licking his lips at this at the moment. He did lose a little bit of time out of 2, but either way, he's going to want these 2 to battle. He's going to want these 2 to start rubbing doors, and he's going to take advantage of it. But at the moment, it looks like Caden is doing a fantastic job. Is Justin going to be able to get close enough as they head into as they about to start the penultimate lap? Can Justin get the run on Caden?
They're going to start the ultimate final lap here. White flag in the air, the Lone Star State one more time around. Can Caden Rush hold off The hard charging Justin Garaes, he's done such a good job for the first 39.5 laps. Can he hold on for half a lap more? He's got a margin as they head through into 3 and 4. He should have him cleared as they make their way through 3, out of 4. Caden Rush, number 4. What a drive from him. Defended all race long as Garaes spins to the grass. He wins here in Texas. And Garaes just about holds on for second in the infield.
Okay, grab your Stower coming to the line in 5th place. So he was hanging around there as well, but it didn't look like he was able to hold on to that pack. Jonathan Bell was another one that was secretly hanging around there. Looked as though he may have actually factored in this one, but yes, Caden Rush, fantastic job, led from start to finish. Obviously takes the win perfectly.
And we went caution-free as well. All 40 laps run under green. Another great race here on Friday night in Australia. Caden Rush, margin of victory, 0.17 of a second to Justin Garaes. Martin in 3rd. Jonathan Bell coming home 4th ahead of Gabriel Stower. Carl Watmore is the 6th place man. And then a Toyota in 7th behind 6 Chevrolets. Robert Northway in 8th. Gerardo Babio Ramos in Ramos in 9th. And Garrett Boyd rounded out the top 10.
Yeah, Garrett taking that one. Obviously, they battle with Ashley, who will come home in 11th. Jacob McKillop will come home in 12th. Charlton Milley, what could have been for him? Josh Berwin, another one. What could have been? Fortunately, getting involved in contact with the wall. Mitch McLeod didn't really feature in this one, unfortunately. Finishes a lap down in 15th. Kevin J. O'Brien in 16th. And Kyle Marufka, not sure what happened there. He was up in the challenge for the top 10, but finishes 17th, 10 laps down.
And that will conclude the doubleheader here on SimSpeed TV. Tomorrow, it's the big NASCAR race that we love. It's the NIS Series. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. midday Australian Daylight Time on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Friday, of course, over in the US. That's going to be a cracking race. It will be a massive strength of field, as it always is, and another brilliant addition to the NIS Series. Hope you can be there because we have had some absolute beauties so far. Can it be 7 winners from 7 races? Let's find out tomorrow from SimSpeed TV. Catch us on the iRacing Esports Network. Make sure you subscribe to all our social media channels and on YouTube to stay up to date. And until tomorrow, from myself, Ryan Jones, Simon Mazzomo alongside me, and Jay Kennedy behind the scenes. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
This is fantastic. This is GT racing right now.
He's got traction, he's going around the outside of both of them! Maloney!
Oh, he's taking Anderson. Anderson's up top
Oh my
here.
god! Oh, big crash! Oh my goodness, half the field's gonna get rolled!
Second very close. These guys are want to make their way through the field very quickly.
Oh, there we go!
Oh no! That's massive! This is it! This is over! I can't believe this! Oh my god!
God, what?